display anything on the screen, you always use labels. So in this label, I'll go to label, I'll select this label here, and I'll put total amount. Okay, and then I'll put another label here. Why am I putting another label here? Because this is just to show the total amount, and this is actually going to print the total amount, right? The value. Like if I put 2 pizzas here, so it is going to show 700 here. You can change the alignment a little so that it looks better. These are just minor changes which I am doing, which you can also do as per your wish. Okay, so this is the total amount. So this completes the design of our app. And now, how do you preview your app? So okay, let me put the value 0 here, because currently the size is, the amount is 0. So if you want to preview your app to see how it is looking, just click on this play button. Whoa, these buttons are not of the same size, so we'll fix that. But see, if I click on the buttons, nothing is actually happening, right? Okay, first let me fix the size of these buttons, and then see, I can also duplicate this one more time so that it becomes of the similar size. That you can do it. So this looks fine now. Okay, so see, the problem which we are facing now is whenever we are clicking on any of the buttons, nothing really happens, right? So if I am clicking on this plus, this is also not increasing, this is also not coming. So this is what I was talking about, a design without a code. So there is no code right now, there is only design. So just the design won't work. We need to bring life to it. We need to provide some logic to it. We need to tell the computer that, hey, if you click on the plus button, do this. So now we are going to do the coding part for this particular shopping cart app. So get excited and let's get started with the coding part right away. Hi there. So we have completed the design of this particular app, and now let's start the coding. So for the coding, we go to the blocks section here in Thunkable. This block section is the place where we write all our code, and you can see that there are different things available in the left hand side, which are the different blocks or the different logics which we will be using to write our code. Now if I show you the design, what are the things which are happening here? So rupees 350, it is mentioned, everything is mentioned here. What is the first thing, or what are the things which the user will do on this one? The user can only click on these two buttons, right? Either the user can click the plus or they can click the minus, and they'll see the results. They should see the results. So now this is called an event. Now you have events in real life also. You have your birthdays, you have your mom and dad's anniversaries, then you have your elder brothers and sisters weddings. So all these are events in your life. So in computer programming or in coding also there are events. Of course there are no birthday parties in coding, but the events which happens there is when you click a mouse, when you click the mouse, when you double click the mouse, when you press any button on the keyboard, that is an event. Okay, so events play a very important role in programming and softwares, so it's good to know about it right now. So this is an event. When I click on this button, it's an event, and that is the moment when I have to do something. So that something will be defined here in the blocks. Okay. So before I proceed, it's always a good practice to rename these buttons. So see, what is the name of this button now? The name of this button now is button 1. It's very stupid, right? Because it doesn't tell me that what this button does, or it's not a very good name. So I'll just go here and I'll rename this as, say, pizza add. Okay. Then I'll go here. This is button 2, so I'll rename this as pizza remove. Okay. Then I'll give some, I don't have to rename these labels because they are not anyways going to be needed in the coding part, but these buttons will be needed in the coding part, and also this total amount thing will be needed in the coding part. So I'll not rename this one because this is a label as it is not going to change, but this value 0 which is there inside this label 6, we need this. So I'll go to this label 6 and I'll rename this as, say, pizza total. Okay, just I have renamed them. Alright, now let's go to the blocks. So as I told you that the event is going to occur whenever a button is being clicked. So let's first consider if pizza add, whenever this button is clicked. So see, for this pizza add button, there are different blocks here, different events and different stuff. So we'll choose the first one, that when the pizza add button is clicked. So what I'm telling to the computer, I'm telling the computer that, hey, when this pizza add button is clicked, I got to do something here. Now what something I have to do, that I will put in now, but I need to do something. So I'm telling the computer exactly what to do. So now when the plus button is clicked, what do I need to do? I need to increase this value from 0 to 1, and also increase this amount by 350 rupees, right? So now try to understand that I have to take care of this particular guy, this particular label. So I want to increase the label, I want to increase this label also. Now it is always a good idea to use mathematical tools which are present here to perform this task. Now see, you must have seen containers, right? Whenever you go to a shop, suppose you go to a shop to buy 2 packets of bread, so the shopkeeper gives those 2 packets to you in a plastic polythene bag, or in a bag, or if you have a packet, or if you have a bag, you put that inside that, right? Why do we do that? So that it is easy for us to carry, and whenever we need, we can access it, right? So similarly in computers also, in coding also, there are different small containers called variables. If you cannot understand my handwriting, this is variables. Okay, so these variables are nothing but small containers which we have, where we can store information, where we can store data, and we will always use variables to store information. Why? Because it is easy for us to use. So here the informations which we need to store is, first information which we need to store is how much is the quantity of pizza which the customer or the user is ordering. So first variable, which I'll go to variables here and initialize. This initialize is used to create a variable. So first I will create this variable. You can change this name. So let me name this to pizza quantity, QTY. Okay, and see, initially it will be 0. Why? Because initially when the app opens, the user hasn't selected any quantity, right? It's 0. Now whenever the user clicks on this add button, what is going to happen? This quantity should increase, right? Yes. So now what we are going to do is, we will go to this math and we'll do this. In math you can see there are lots of mathematical operations here, so we'll use the plus here because we want to add 1 to it. So now obviously I don't want to do 1 plus 1, I want to add 1 to this pizza quantity. So I'll go to variables and I'll choose this block, and instead of 1, like a puzzle, I will fit it. So it's like puzzles fitting in the right value. So this is app variable pizza quantity. So whenever I say app variable, it's always going to locate. So whenever, see, this is very important, when I write this logic, what happens is in the background a container is created in the computer's memory, and its name is given as the name which I give here. So this is pizza qty and it's 0 here. Now whenever I say that I want to, whenever in the program or whenever in the code I use this, it is always going to bring the value which is stored here. So I am saying that add 1 to this, add 1 to this value which is there. So it is going to become 0 plus 1, which is how much? 1. And where do I need to store this? I need to store this back again here. Why? Because see, if you have a bag with you, you add 1 packet of bread. So 1 packet of bread, initially bag is empty, now you add 1 packet of bread, so now that bag contains 1 packet of bread. So it's the same bag where you are adding something. So now when you are adding plus 1, you should store this again back here. So what you will do here is, I'll go to variables and I'll use this set command. What is this set command? Set app variable pizza quantity to the existing value plus 1. So what's going to happen is, see, this is my pizza quantity